Alright, so we got a brand new Predator movie that decided to come out on Hulu instead of, Bullet Train and that movie switching places because for whatever odd reason, I guess we decided to put just crappy movies in the theaters and put, pretty decent ones on streaming. I guess that's the trend now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but got a brand new Predator movie and it's called Prey. Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and this is my review for Prey, starring Amber Midthunder, Stephanie Mathias, and Dakota Beavers, and it was directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and our story follows this young girl who is trying to prove herself to her tribe as a hunter, and in order to do so, she has to follow this ritual where she picks whatever out in the woods or in the wilderness that she wants to hunt, she has to bring it back to her tribe, and she just so happens to pick tracks that leads to a predator creature, and so now she has to go hunt a predator, bring it back to her tribe, and essentially just prove to herself and to her tribe that she is the hunter that she is trying to be. And now we have a brand new Predator entry. Okay, so to start off with what I liked about the movie, I thought Amber Midthunder gave a very encapsulating performance as the main character. She's really the backbone of this whole thing because this is a very simple premise. Like, this isn't a story that has too many characters or it has too many, subplots or anything. This is a movie that is based off of just straight up hunting, and it's a predator versus prey movie. Well, essentially it's called Prey, but, we have a predator and he's essentially, the Predator's mission is to find the most worthy opponent on the planet Earth, and, she's trying to hunt him down, and so essentially they're going to run into each other. So it's a hunting movie, and it has a very slow pace because of that. And if you've ever seen a movie where they describe, like, what the hunt is like, it's essentially where, like, you really got to, like, stalk your prey, and you got to, like, take your time, and it's a patient process, and this movie reflects that. Like, so what I'm trying to say there is this movie has a very slow pacing to it, but essentially Amber Midthunder's acting really redeems most of that pacing. Like, she does a lot of crazy physical stuff. One involving like quicksand or whatever, where she's trying to like get herself out of it. I thought that scene was very impressive. Her acting is absolutely incredible. I think she does a very good job of carrying most of this film. I don't know, like, what the issue was with, like, I don't know if they had the budget for, like, subtitles, but it would have been nice to hear what, like, some of the foreign characters were saying. I'm not necessarily sure what went on there, but look, I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. This movie has a very, very simple premise, man. It's a predator getting dropped off on Earth looking for a worthy opponent. This girl's trying to prove herself. They're going to run into each other at some point, and it's honestly a very good movie, or it's a decent time. I can't necessarily say it's a very good movie, but the slow pacing for me, like, it took me a little minute to get into it, and I could say if you're not really a fan of the Predator series, like, it may not sit like well with you, like how slow this movie is moving. It may not entertain you at all. You may be fed up with it, like, but in a sense, if you do know what the Predator movies are like, and if you've seen the Predator series before, you kind of know what you're getting into here. But what Dan Trachtenberg does so well here, he uses elements of, like, he uses the main theme of hunting and the elements of the wilderness to really kind of bring out a more entertaining scenery here as, they're hunting each other down. Like, the wilderness, you never know what animals you're going to run into, and so throughout the movie, our protagonist and the predator himself, they're both running into animals, and that creates a lot of good scenes as well. Very entertaining scenes where they got to fight the animals off. Look, there's a scene in particular where the predator's got to fight a bear, and if you ever seen that meme where they say, if you ever see me in the wilderness fighting a bear, to help the bear, because that bitch gonna need it. Yeah, that bitch needed it. Because, the Predator absolutely destroyed that bear. But, I mean, overall, I just had a very good time with just watching this whole showdown come to fruition, essentially. Like, you know where this movie... You know exactly where this movie is headed, and essentially just our journey there... You're either going to appreciate it or you're not. I don't really think there's any in between here because, like I said, the movie moves at a very slow pace. Now, as far as the Predator goes, when the killing is going on, it's very gruesome. It makes for some very entertaining stuff happening on screen. And I'd say the Predator actually, in this one, I found the Predator to be a lot more entertaining than the one that came out with Boyd Holbrook or whatever his name is. The one with Jacob Tremblay, where they decided to name the terrible weapon the Predator Killer for some odd reason. That movie was just a tragedy. But this one, this particular creature, I really thought, it actually followed the niche of what the Predator is supposed to be, and I actually thought this one just made for a better, more entertaining film, man. I mean, like I said, I could see if somebody watches this and they don't get the same entertainment value as I did, but that's because I'm a fan of these movies and I know essentially what the hunt is. Like, if you're not appreciative of like a slow burn, like a kind of a hunting movie or a hunting process going on, you can watch something else, like, but you will be entertained by the showdown that happens at the end of the movie, and I think that the killing that happens throughout the movie, sets up for some entertaining, pretty, watchable stuff too. As far as what I didn't like about the movie, look, I'm not going to be too harsh on it because the movie kind of sets its precedent, like, up front. It lets you know, the movie knows exactly what it's trying to be. It's only an hour and 30 minutes, so it knows exactly the message it's trying to send and what it's trying to do throughout the film. So I can't really fault it for that. One thing I just, I kind of just didn't really accept was the fact that it didn't try to do anything new or try to do anything like outside of the box. I mean, essentially, like, the Predator series for me is kind of like an inconsistent thing where you find entertainment in the aliens, but the story that's going on itself either is going to resonate with you or it's not. And the story here resonates with me, but I feel like it just doesn't try to do anything to, essentially, like, it doesn't have a wow factor here. Like, it's just very good scenery. It's very good fights that are going on. It's very good directing, very good acting. It's just good stuff going on. It's not anything that, is amazing or stands out in particular. Like, the killing is good. Like, it's just nothing. Basically, it's nothing in this movie that I haven't necessarily seen before, but, they just do it in a better way and they tell a better story with it. Like, this Predator film just had a better story to go along with the killing and all the action and things like that, but it doesn't really do anything to kind of like stand out. So I say that because, like, people were just saying, like, this is one of the best entries in the series since, like, the original film, and I'm like, it's not really saying much because most of these other ones don't really try to give you more than just an alien action movie, like, or a sci-fi alien action movie. Like, they don't really try to do anything outside of the box. The only thing that was different about this one is the story kind of resonates with you more, and you appreciate like what the theme of this film is. Like, she's trying to prove herself as a hunter, and the Predator himself is one of the best things you can catch out there in the world. Like, that's really what this movie's all about. But overall, guys, look, it's a pretty enjoyable film. Like I said, it does nothing to really stand out, but for me, I thought it was enjoyable. I had a decent time with it. I hope I'm describing. I did like the movie. I hope I'm not necessarily describing, like, I hope the way I'm describing it doesn't make you think I didn't like it. Like, I just thought it was a good movie. Like, I didn't think it was anything special about it. I didn't think anything like stood out. I didn't think it like jumped off the page or anything like that. I thought it was a decent entry into the Predator series, and I thought that honestly the best part of the movie for me is the main character, the girl Amber Midthunder. I think she just was an absolute standout. I think she's a star. She really carries most of this movie on her back. The Predators, it's really hard to make a Predator not cool. Like, the Predator just has very cool weapons. It does cool things. And the showdown at the end between the girl and the Predator is very entertaining, and it's a very good fight scene. But other than that, it doesn't really do much to stand out. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill type movie. Like I said, very slow pacing. It definitely took me some time to get into the whole gist of the film. But once I'm in it, like, I was pretty set. I was good. I knew what the movie was trying to present to me, and I was okay with that. It didn't try to do anything outside of the box, and you can't be mad at that. You can't be too mad at that. So for all those reasons and so many more, guys, look, I'm going to give Prey a 3 out of 5 stars. Guys, thank you so much for watching my review. Okay, Prey, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Leave a comment down below. Look, guys, be sure to like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This is your guy in the chair here. More content coming to you soon.